Sup everyone, Casual Talk here. Today I'm going to be talking about how coworkers are not your friends. This is just common sense, and a lot of people needs to take this into account and have this mindset when they're in work mode when it comes down to work and business related positions. People will be surprised on many case scenarios where you think you're all cool with some of your coworkers and they don't really like you like that and they're talking crap about you behind your back. You may not even do anything wrong and they just simply want to pick on you because of their own insecurities and their own issues that they got going on in their lives. They're not happy about themselves, so they prey on one of the most quiet people that just keeps to themselves and just wants to work, do their job, and leave. I can attest to this from many experiences that I've experienced in the past. I've had coworkers who like me, and I have many of them who pretended to like me, and those who actually showed me that they did not like me at all. And it's not personal, it really isn't. As long as you're not being invasive of my bubble and you're causing any problems, I'm good. And there are a few cases where I had to take it to the manager and HR. That's how far and bad it got. And this is on rare occasions, but many cases, there's always going to be that one or two people, those two coworkers, who is just not going to like your personality. They're not going to like your race. They're not going to like how the way you dress. And it could all be because of their own insecurities and their own problems. You can't fix anyone's problem. The only one who could truly fix our problems is God. But of course, in the real world, in the real age today, most people does not. There's a lot of people out there, not most, but many people does not believe in God. And if they do believe, they have their own judgmental, sociopathic, or warp agenda behind the things that they do that they feel is justified. Because there's some people in their eyes, they have their own definition of justice and being right. There's no point arguing or reasoning with people like that when you don't see eye to eye and your ideologies and your purpose and the reason for living is different. Okay? Coworkers are not gonna ever be your friends. They're not your friends. There is many cases where there's coworkers who say they want to get to know you better. They'll invite you out to a drink, to party, and things like that, right? And you may be against that stuff. And once you put yourself in that situation, next thing you know, you go back to work, people may spread rumors about you, and you already know who it's going to come from. The person that invited you out. I don't hang out with no coworkers. I have no friends for this very reason, and I don't want to get to know anybody like that at all on that personal level. Some people may be going through problems. Yes, I understand that, right? You may not have the social connections or the available social circle to speak about your problems because there's cases, for instance, some of your coworkers may be going through a bad day. They may come to you and talk to you because they trust you with their words. They trust that you won't go behind their back and spread rumors on them. And a lot of people just needs to know who to trust now these days. And I think it's better this way because it takes out the toxic mood from the work environment. There are cases where coworkers will come in and they just want to terrorize everyone or act like a bully, or those coworkers that acts like they're your boss or they have a bossy attitude or a bossy personality. Stuff like that does not make sense in the workplace. You have to take your feelings elsewhere, okay? Work mode is different from home mode. What you do outside of work should be none of anyone's concern, okay? It's not my business. But when it comes down to work, in the work environment, It has to be kept professional. I cannot stress it enough. Where I dealt with friction, and I felt bad intentions from other coworkers, their bad spirits that they bring into the work environment. Just as of recently, my newest weekend job, right? I just found out that the last guy that they fired was an ex-felon. I don't know what he went to prison for, but that's very bad how they kept stuff like that on the wraps. And it made sense based off his past behavior from the previous times he was working in the job. He was very lazy. He was always on his cell phone talking about his baby mama here, baby mama there. He would dress inappropriately. He would always wear like most of the time on break. He would put on his have his shorts on, flip flops, high socks on. He would have a do rag on, right? He would dress like he's at home and he's comfortable. He basically looked like the typical hood dudes that you would see in the black community. Not even the black community, because I'll take that back. There's other groups of men from different races who also practices the ghetto mentality and the exact same wear and exact same behavior. It's just I grew up to mainly see it from black people because being a black man myself, I grew up in the hood. I grew up in the ghetto, in the projects, in bad neighborhoods. I grew up around this environment. So every time when I seen a black guy or a black man, right, or a black dude who wears high Nike socks, white socks, flip flops, raggedy shirt, do rag, right, or his pants are sagging, I automatically know where his mentality is. He's ghetto. He's ghetto. And from my experience, I've seen it many times in other groups of other men from different backgrounds: Hispanic, Latino, Mexican. It does not matter to me, okay? I don't see people by their race or their color. I see them for their character. So no matter what or who it is in the work environment, it doesn't matter by race. It doesn't matter about a person's skin complexion or if they came from the same area as you, or you think you got some social clique, or you think you got a pass. It does not matter. Those same people could double cross you or backstab you at any moment or at any point given time. Okay? Your coworkers are not there to be your friends. There are many coworkers who just talk to you just to pass the time. There's nothing wrong with that. To kill some time, talk to your coworkers, but keep things to a minimum. Let them know what they ask, and then keep things to a minimum. If they get too personal and involved in your business, be real with them. Keep it straight up. I don't want to talk about that. I don't feel cool or comfortable in giving you that information. That's my business. And there's many times where I had to let some people know, and I was light with it. I don't want to talk about it. That's my business. That's something that I have to take care of. I'm going to handle my business. I just kept it straight to the point. I was real honest with them. I was real. I'm not going to lie in their face. I'm not a liar. There's nothing wrong with letting people know, hey, I don't want to talk about that. Oh, that's my business. Be straight up and real with them. Be straight up. You're not going to see these people every time when you clock out from work, unless they're trying to stalk you or they're trying to fight you for whatever reason. But other than that, everybody should carry this mindset. Go to work, clock in, do your job, clock out, and go home. I've made that mistake. And I'm going to admit this, where one of my previous last jobs, I had a coworker where I made her get too comfortable in my circle. I shouldn't ever have invited her into my space. She'd never been to my house, but she knew a lot more than other people knew about me. And it caused some problems in my marriage. I had to cut her off. And I have no regrets. It was my fault. I can hold myself accountable. This is just a warning to all of you. Coworkers are not your friends, because the moment you cut your so-called friends or coworkers from work, right? The next day they may act funny, or they may cause or create a hostile work environment. And in some cases, they could end up getting you fired. Or if they can't get you fired, they'll make your work life a living hell where they could get you fired. And in some cases, you have to fake it until you make it. You have to fake that relationship, and now you're forced and stuck to keep talking to that person until you're ready to go. And it adds more stress. Trust me, been there and done that. It's not worth it. Coworkers are not your friends. I'm going to keep it at acquaintances. I'm going to keep it at a professional level. And I'm going to keep it mutual. You're my coworker. You're not my friend. No, we're not going to hang out after work. I'm only going to have your number for professional purposes when it comes down to work. And I'm going to keep it like that. I've learned my lesson. And for anyone who's in this situation as well, do yourself a favor. It'll save you the time and headache and stress. Coworkers is not your friends at all. Many will double cross you, backstab you, be an instigator, become toxic. And some of them will even entertain that to where it's just a game to them. Like it's just a game. It's crazy. This is how it is in America. I'm pretty sure it's like this anywhere else in the world, but this is from what I've experienced, and this is my advice to all of you. Casual talk here. Peace out. Let me know what you think.